Hello and welcome back to Untitled-2 podcast. My name is Connor.
My name is Ash.
First things first, we've got a new mic set up and I'm so hyped about it, but obviously we did do a few tests to try and get things set up just now, but obviously there'll be a few teething problems.
We were so excited that we just wanted to get on with the recording.
Exactly.
So we both have our own microphone now, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And we both should come across a lot clearer than we did before.
Yeah.
And because the mics are so clear, that we can just pretty much be as light as we can with post processing. We don't have to apply those big fucking effects to get a clear sound wave.
I was listening to a podcast today and I realised how bad our audio was.
It should be a lot better now.
Yeah. One of the things we wanted most when we started was the ability to adjust our audio levels separately, because you were always a lot quieter than me.
Yeah, I'm not a real loud speaker. So.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got that now.
Yeah.
So today, there's only a couple things I really want to do. Obviously, we're going to finish my Immortal this time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. And there's a huge game that's come out recently, and then we've got a lot to say about it, so that'll take up plenty of time. But before we do any of that, I bought a desk tidy at work. Just a generic desk tidy, and it's got a gross 90s office cream colour, and it's disgusting, but it was cheap, and I have too many design magazines and shit on my desk, and I just wanted to tidy it all up. And I found on the back of the instructions for how to construct it, which I never used because it was the most basic thing I've ever seen. Also, when I did look at the instructions later, they've done it wrong. One of the things says, please note the direction the base is facing. But then when I looked closely on the illustration, the base was facing the wrong way. And there's police sirens going past, which is a great opportunity to find out if the mics actually pick them up or not.
Yeah.
So I just want to read this letter that was printed on the back of the instructions, because it's the most dramatic, ridiculous thing for a desk organizer. So the company that I bought it from, who use Amazon, are called Sayeec, but they've shortened it down to Sayeec.
Right.
Sayeec for some reason. It doesn't make sense, but... Dear valued customer, thanks for your purchase from Sayeec. So far, so good. We are a group of young people with dreams. We work hard for a common dream, Sayeec. They sell office equipment. Everyone has their own dreams, and everyone is working hard for this dream. Even if the road is long and bumpy, we will just keep plugging away. The ultimate aim is to achieve our little but great dream. A lot of mention of dreams there. Sayeec want more people to know Sayeec is service. Sayeec want more people to know Sayeec is integrity. Sayeec want more people to know Sayeec is an attitude to life.
They said their own fucking name too many times, and they said dream too many times.
Yeah. We want all the people to know Sayeec will be willing... Oh, we'll be with... Sorry, the font is disgusting. We'll be with you to face up to the life with smile. We don't know it's right or wrong to stick with arms and... We just believe where there's a dream, there's hope. There's hope, dream can come true. Come on, Sayeec.
It started out as a really nice, thanks for buying this product.
Yeah, I know.
Then into, I have a dream speech, and then at the end there, it's all, the hyping themselves up, come on, Sayeec.
Yeah, no. Entrepreneurs are lonely, but we are not. Sayeec have your support and encourage. It will be steady progress in the road of entrepreneurship. So we sincerely hope you can share your real shopping experience, in brackets product review, on Amazon. There you go. All that was just for them to give a...
Entrepreneurs are lonely. Where'd they pull that fact from? Entrepreneurs is swimming in cash and babes and cocaine. That sounds like alright.
Successful ones, at least.
Yeah.
If you feel satisfied with products or service, please leave us all 5-star feedback and review. It means a lot to us. Or feel free to contact us via email, Skype, or QR code if you are in any doubt. Your kindly support and encourage are much appreciated. Thanks.
So these guys are foreign.
Presumably.
And like they've got very basic English skills and the rest are just Google translated or something.
If you would like to email them, they are Sayeec_service@i63.com.
Whoa, random plug there. Buy more cream desk organisers.
Yeah. Well, I had a look at their Amazon store to see if they did anything that, would make this letter make sense, but mostly just office equipment and pencils.
Wow. They're not even like... If they sold something that absolutely revolutionised the way we organise desks, right? Like some amazing device or something like that. Fair enough, I understand the whole fucking over-dramatic letter.
Yeah.
It'd still be quite on the nose and like, look, we're making differences and changes in people's lives. But I'd understand it at least. But selling just a few office equipment and things that already exist, just your own design, it's not...
It wasn't their own design either. Like, I'm pretty sure they downloaded 3D print recipes off the internet.
Yeah. Or they've just bought fucking bulk desk tidies from China. Yeah.
Well, their logo, or there was a logo on the product, but it wasn't Sayeec.
Right.
It was just, I think it was ID 9 or something, and then some Japanese afterwards.
Okay. Right. So enough about desk tidies, man.
And Sayeec.
Come on,
Sayeec.
I believe there is something that has recently come into our lives that has changed it, and we just have a very profound love for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which you've already had a love for this thing because you've experienced it before. But I'm completely new to the series. There's 14 games in the series.
Holy fuck! No way.
6 of them are main games. The other 8 are spin-offs. Right.
I didn't know there was that many spin-offs. I've only played one spin-off. I thought it was the only spin-off.
No, there's 14 games. I checked on the Wikipedia.
Fuck me.
And that game is Monster Hunter World.
Yes, boy.
I've never played a Monster Hunter game before because, as I've previously said on many podcasts that we've done, I didn't have a Nintendo childhood, so I'd never had like a Nintendo console when a Monster Hunter game came out and it was relevant and stuff like that.
I think, not to shoot you down or anything, but I think they've been on PlayStation 2 before.
There was on PlayStation 2 as well. I think the first one was PlayStation 2, and I didn't check the others. But
they have been predominantly Nintendo products.
If you'd let me finish, my second part.
All right, fucking
right. My second part was also it was just never that big in the Western market. It's massive in Japan.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
People in Japan love it. Obviously, it's a really good game. I haven't played the other ones. I'm just going off what I know off Monster Hunter World. So yeah, those two things together like just made it not very accessible for me. So I never played it. I've seen other people play it. I watched a video about someone who was talking about how the animations were brilliant and stuff like that. And I think I saw you play it once.
I don't think the animations are that good.
It was in a previous game.
It
was just not like they were the most realistic design animations in the world. It was just how different monsters had different animations.
Right, that's fair.
To
like the human animation is horrible, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, and it was like the animations are different for depending on each weapon. Like you're not holding a great sword, which are like that is not even. They should get a different name for that because they're not great. They're fucking outrageous. They're massive as fuck.
Proper swords.
Like, that's
Buster sword.
Proper Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was going. It explained like. When using one of those swords, the animations make it look like they're really struggling to swing it and stuff like that. It gives it weight versus a regular sword that you're swishing around like it's nothing. And I think that was basically his point of the whole video was the animations do very well portraying what the enemy is about to do and like weight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monster Hunter World is the first Monster Hunter game I've played, and it was a bit of a gamble at first. I was like, I really want to play it with Connor, right? It's going to be amazing, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I've also never played a Monster Hunter game. What if I get it and I just don't get into it at all?
Yeah.
If it's not accessible and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's only like 40 quid. I bought it and we played it. I played it by myself at first and I quite enjoyed it. But then when you got on, we played it together. That's when the enjoyment really kicked in for me, and I became quite hooked. Now I was really invested in tracking monsters and finding out the weaknesses, and then going to gear up to take someone down. So yeah, so far I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm looking forward to the next Monster Hunter game that comes out. And if it comes out on like the Switch or any console, even if I don't have it, if it comes out on Xbox One exclusive, I'm gonna buy it.
Fuck the next game, mate. I'm barely into this one. Like, there's so so many monsters I haven't seen, like so many that I already know exist and I know that are coming up, but we haven't seen them yet.
I saw a list of all the monsters that are in it. I didn't read any of them out because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I just scrolled down and was like, wow, that's quite a lot. We've only
scratched the surface.
Yeah, we've just got to Coral Highlands. Yeah. So there's like a handful of monsters that we've
Can I just say, actually, the Coral Highlands, not so much when you're actually there, but in the first cutscene when you see it, it is the most genius thing ever. Like, the way that they made it look like it was underwater.
Yeah.
It's basically a dried up coral reef. There's no water inside. There's a few puddles with fish in it, but it's not actually underwater. But the coral are all giving off spore. And the spores, when they're rising up into the air, look like water bubbles.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of flying creatures around there, and many of them are designed to look like fish. So it really looks like you're in this like underwater world, even though you're not at all.
Yeah. When you look up as well, like the clouds, kind of like the rippled water.
Yeah.
But you said like even when you're there, it still kind of looks like you're underwater.
Yeah. They took a lot of the visual effects off, though, obviously, because it's real time rendered. Because
when you said it, I was like, I was trying to look around for an example of where it doesn't look like you're underwater, but everywhere I went, it was like, it just looks like I'm in a fucking aquarium, like a fish tank or something.
It is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's my favourite place so far. I've not explored it as much.
It's a shame about... I feel like you'd enjoy it more if you didn't have your... I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah,
trypophobia. There's a lot of triggers there for you.
A lot of triggers in the Coral Highlands. There's parts of the ground where it's just like this really stretched red like membrane type thing. Yeah. There's loads of holes in it, and
it's like a mesh. Yeah,
I hate walking over that because I can almost feel it on my own feet, like touching it and stuff. And then there's a lot of like coral and porous type rocks and stuff like that. It triggers me a bit, but I can get through it.
I remember when I first pointed it out to you, and I was like, "Don't you think this place is beautiful?" And you're like,
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot about that."
And then I was like, "Mate, look at this fucking rock. Disgusting." But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Coral Highlands, and I'm enjoying just wrecking shit with you, mate. Like, I don't care what quest we're doing at all. We've not tried capturing a monster yet, but I'm so looking forward to doing that with you.
I remember it being really frustrating in the other games. Although, well, the thing that was most frustrating about it was how difficult it is to capture a monster and how many things that can go wrong. Plus, how long a hunt takes. Like, a hunt can easily take half an hour, and that's just to kill it.
Yeah.
So imagine spending like nearly 40 minutes trying to capture something, and then some doofus that joined you from online kills it by accident, and then you're like, fucking hell, 40 minutes wasted, and I don't even get the rewards.
Yeah. You can put passwords on your lobbies and that to stop people from doing that.
Usually I just limit it to 2 and then invite, and then
you can also do that.
Join. Plus we have a squad, which means we can set our own squad servers where people don't join. Unless you fire an SOS, then you will actually show up on other servers.
It's a good job you brought that up as well, because although the game is amazing and it's proper hooked its fucking monster scales into me and whatnot, right?
Monster scales.
The online is a bit finicky and a bit, like it's really annoying just trying to play with us two. Like I'd like it if we could just have like a party system where we're always linked together, right? And so we can start a quest and we both get teleported there. We finish the quest, both get teleported back, and we can just walk around.
Yeah, that's how it was in Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS. I played it with Kristen and Dilly Dugan.
Yeah.
And when you finish a quest, you all go back together to base, and you all upgrade your gear and stuff, and like one person could say, "Okay, I'm ready," but then it'll show you that the other one's still preparing or whatever, or you'll be talking to them and they'll tell you. So you'll just do all that shit, and then you'll go on another quest together. Like, you won't have to like matchmake again, or like you. The way it works now, I post a quest, and then you've got to go to the quest board and join a quest, and then find me, and then join that. Yeah.
I guess what's good though is that we live in a world where, well, in a time where people can just patch games immediately, and it just downloads and that's it.
Yeah, so there's the hope there that it will.
If enough people are complaining that, then they will definitely change.
There must be a very good reason why they decided not to do it.
Yeah,
if they've done it a better way before.
I can't imagine it'll be hardware limitations, because it's PlayStation 4. It's quite powerful. But despite how finicky it is and a bit ridiculous and that, it don't really stand that much in the way of the fun you have when you do finally, join up with your friends or just any random stranger, like taking down.
Well, that's the thing. A hunt is so long.
Yeah.
And it takes like 5 minutes to start a hunt with a friend. So that 5 minutes compared to 40 minutes playing with them, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, we complained about this with Splatoon, that it was so hard to play with each other.
Yeah.
And those matches were only like, 4 minutes long at the most.
Yeah.
So that was really annoying.
Yeah, the less you get to play with each other, obviously the more it'll be annoying. It rears its ugly head.
Yeah, exactly.
But we still managed to have fun with Splatoon. But every time a match ended, we'd be like, for fuck's sake, we've got to matchmake again. And obviously you couldn't have parties, so even though we stayed in the same lobby, we'd frequently be on the same team, and then one of us be on the opposite team, and it just keep shuffling around like that, and it was really annoying. Because whenever you were on the enemy team, it was a guaranteed win for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm fully aware that you're better at video games than me, and it's mostly because you were exposed to video games a lot earlier than me. So it's not really like whenever we used to play FPSs together, I never used to go against you because that was just pointless.
Yeah,
it wasn't fun for either of us really.
No, I mean. It's brilliant winning all the time, but after a while you get bored and the other person's angry and frustrated and all that.
Yeah,
it's not great. Like whenever we played Halo with each other and we were against each other,
we'd find some way to make it fun.
We
wouldn't
be setting
be
up
serious
some really silly metagame like gravity hammers and rockets and playing baseball and stuff like that. Yeah, or just using rockets entirely, because obviously it's easy to get a kill with a rocket.
Yeah,
but
even I can win with a rocket.
Exactly. But yeah, so Splatoon was really annoying. But this, because it's obviously you only spend like 5 minutes trying to matchmake, and then when you get in there, you've got 50 minutes to do the hunt. And if it's a really difficult monster, it does take a while, and you just have so much fun with your mate.
Yeah,
like it's hilarious. When my favorite moment so far is when we tried taking down an Anjanath. I think we tried like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and
we just couldn't do enough damage. It just kept fucking off, leaving the locale.
And we went away and we were like prepared. We were like, okay, we need water gear.
Yeah, because we just went in blind. And we were just like, fuck it, we'll just whack him a few times and
we were like,
go down.
These weapons are best for the Anjanath. Like, you told me, go back to using the insect glaive, and I was like, okay, and got some practicing with the insect glaive, working out how the what's it called? The essence. I think it's called essence. How that works. Like, you fire your Kinsect at a monster, and depending on whether you hit the body, the head, or the tail, you get a different coloured essence. Once you get all 3 essences, you attack faster.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you do more damage, but obviously if you're attacking faster, you're going to do more damage
DPS
overall.
Goes up.
Yeah, exactly.
But not damage per
Plus, Insect Glaive was always my weapon of choice in Monster Hunter 4, even though I never actually got used to the the Kinsect and what that did.
Right.
But it's because you can vault onto a monster.
Yeah, you do that a lot. Whenever
I do that
whenever we do a fight, we do a hunt and we're finished, at the end it's always like most monsters mounted and it'll have your name.
I'm getting better at that as well. Like, I'm not sure if it was even in the other games, but like you can move from tail to head to back. And like, because the monsters are clever, like when you're on their head, they'll like bash their head against the wall, or if you're on the tail, they'll start hitting the tail on the floor, and you can move to a different part of the body, or you can hold on and brace. And if you brace fast enough, your stamina only goes down slowly. Yeah. But if you don't brace fast enough, you lose a chunk of stamina and fall off. So
yeah,
that's really cool.
I started out with the greatsword because it's like it's very beginner friendly, but it's also still quite challenging because your animations are so slow.
Mm-hmm.
That if you start an attack, you can't cancel the animation, so you can get hit still. Yeah, exactly. So you got to position yourself right, but obviously you walk around really slowly. Yeah. So if a monster runs off, I've got to put my sword away just to chase after it, just to get it back out and hit it with it.
That's one of the things I find frustrating about Monster Hunter is the controls. Like, there's so many things they want you to be able to do, and for that to work out, there's so many different controls to get used to. Yeah. Like, having your weapon out and having your weapon put away gives you 2 different control schemes.
Yeah, the controls are quite... I wouldn't say clunky. I've played games with worse controls, but it does require you to get to know them very well and know what each button does and be quite proficient with them. Luckily, for me, it was easy to pick up. Like, I struggled a bit at first, but then, like, after about an hour, mate, it was like a pro.
I think playing Bloodborne prepared you for using greatsword? Because it's a very similar thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to commit to your movements.
I wouldn't say it was Bloodborne. I say it was like the first Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's a lot clunkier than Bloodborne. Isn't it?
I maintain the idea that Dark Souls is only, the first one at least, is only so difficult because the controls tanky as fuck, and the whole mechanics and everything and animations is just very it's hard because there's limitations on it.
Yeah, it's not hard because it's a challenging game.
So I reckon if you could run around as fluid as some games, like most AAA games, like imagine if you could run around as fluid as Nathan Drake, hopping over things, jumping towards things and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the fights would be so much easier.
Exactly.
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's the why it's hard, because a lot of people do love it. A lot of people rate Dark Souls as their favourite game ever, and I did quite enjoy how hard it was. But I just couldn't get into the actual game because it was old when I played it.
Yeah.
And I was used to games looking better and playing better. But Bloodborne does look a lot better and it does play a lot better.
I would say it's a bad thing. I've said it a few times on the podcast, but if you're going to make a game hard, it has to be hard because of the game. No, it has to be hard because of you. Sorry, because if it's hard because of the game, you get angry at it.
Yeah.
But if it's hard because of you, you just go, oh, I can do this. I know I can do this.
Yeah.
And then it's more satisfying when you succeed.
Yeah.
Whereas there's no satisfaction from beating the shitty controls of the game.
Yeah, there's no
You're
satisfaction
just like,
from...
oh, well, fucking finally, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I really like a challenging game. But we're different gamers, you and I, so... like, I'd play sports games and racing games sometimes, and I don't think you entertain the idea.
Oh, I love racing games. I'm not into sports games. I'm not into sports. So.
Yeah. But back to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I started out with a great sword, and I liked that. Managed to upgrade it to like rarity 3, and it was doing a lot of damage.
Nice.
Whenever we ate a meal before a hunt, the hunt would be over so quickly because that sword it did like 600 damage, and obviously with
fucking really
like 670 damage or something like that.
Oh my god, the most I can get, the most damage I've seen is 147, and it came from the elemental discharge from the switch axe.
Yeah.
Which is like the strongest attack you can do.
But yeah, the thing about it though is that obviously it's quite hard to use. But it is, I don't know, it's somewhere in the middle of being hard to use but beginner friendly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it introduces you to the mechanics and committing to your movements more. And
yeah. What I've done though is that when we were preparing for the Anjanath, I switched to a bow because obviously the Anjanath is so big, but is also very agile and very fast.
Yeah,
and if you get close up to him, hit him with a sword, you're gonna get hit back. So I was like ranged all the way. So I built myself a bow. And
Aqua bow, Aqua Arrow 1 or something it's called.
Yeah. They're very. I've upgraded that to rarity 3 now.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, because I got a bunch of Dragonite ore, and that was the only thing I needed to get it to rarity 3.
Alright, I see.
But I'm really enjoying how the bow works, and I think that might be my new main weapon. I
think it looks really cool. I don't think I would want to use it. Not as agile. No, I'm not as good as quick scoping. I don't know.
Yeah.
Reaching a target quickly and letting go. My timing is really off.
Like twitch shooting.
You can't lock on with a bow, which I think is cool because there's some actual skill in there. You're not just holding something to lock on and repeating the fire button.
I didn't want to try the bow at first because I thought that's exactly how it'd work, and I'm like, nah, I want to be able to aim where I want. But obviously, once I picked one up just for the Anjanath fight and I saw how it works, I hunted a great Jagras just to get used to it. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'm liking this bow, so I might stick with it. I will obviously. I'll try out all the weapons eventually. Yeah. My aim. I don't know about the storage limitations in this game or any other Monster Hunter game, but my aim is to have like an elemental version of all the weapons that I enjoy. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that with the bows first, I think.
I'm going for the same thing, but I don't want to make that my goal. Like, I don't want to set out wanting to do that. Like, I want to get to a hunt that's too difficult for me, and then say, okay, what kind of weapon do I need? Or what element does it need to be? Yeah. And then I'll create that from the ground up, and then keep that in storage ready to go.
What's also great about the bow is that you don't need to sharpen it every fucking 10 minutes.
Oh, that's true.
But obviously, the better weapon you get, and obviously the more up the rarity chain you go, the more sharpness it gets, so it'll be longer before you got to sharpen it.
I'm really happy to have a bow user in the squad as well. It's really useful, especially when the monster's limping away.
Yeah.
If you can't get to it fast enough, like if you're using a switch axe or something, makes you run slowly. Like for some reason, as soon as they reach the nest, they're just not limping anymore, and they've got more health back. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I just got here. I've watched you. You didn't touch anything. You haven't eaten. You didn't sleep.
They don't have the limp back, but I don't think the health's regenerated much. Because remember that we fought a Toby Kadachi, and he limped all the way back to his nest. He laid down for like a few seconds, and we started hitting him again, so he stood back up, and he died like 2 hits later.
Yeah, I think I noticed it most with the Anjanath. Every time we try to beat that, it'd limp away, and it'd be like the most excruciating limp I've ever seen in my life. Like, that thing was going down, but then as soon as it got to its nest, it just won't go down, and then we'd get it to limp again, and it'd fuck off again. It was ridiculous.
I really liked fighting the Anjanath, and I want to fight more because I want to make a full Anjanath
Yeah, I
gear.
want a full Anja gear as well.
But yeah, so what's your favourite monster from this game so far? New monster that we've obviously faced.
Favorite hunt
monster.
Well, yeah, but like, do you mean because the monster's cool or because the fight was cool?
I guess both. If you've got different answers for both, then fire 'em.
There's some that I haven't seen before. I think fighting the Anjanath, like we already said, that's probably my favorite so far of the new monsters. Coolest looking. I'm not sure. I really like the Toby Kadachi.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I like the Toby Kadachi. I think for me, the one that I liked the look of the most is the Great Jagras.
Yeah,
because it's like a big giant iguana.
Mm-hmm.
But when it swallows its prey whole, its stomach just balloons out.
Yeah, it's like how a snake works, isn't it?
Yeah,
it just swallows it whole, and then.
And I think that's a really good starting monster because once it's swallowed its prey, it makes hitting its stomach a lot easier, and it's very weak to stomach hits. But I like that because it was the first Monster Hunter fight I did, and I just liked how it looked. I killed one of them with its belly still full. I think I kept attacking it from behind because I was like, in my mind, I was like, obviously loads of animals don't like being touched from behind.
Yeah.
Cow, like donkeys and horses kick out and stuff like that.
You said cow?
I said say cow.
Did you read the article?
I did read the article. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But yeah, so I was attacking it from behind, and when it died on top of its stomach sac.
Right.
And the stomach sac was all like pushed in where its head was on top of it. So, and I just thought that looked amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, my favourite hunt though is definitely when we fought the Anjanath and killed it.
Yeah.
It was just so amazing.
Cool. It's really satisfying.
And I'm looking forward to hunting more and doing more stuff.
Monster Hunter is really satisfying when all that time you've invested in a hunt, works out.
Pays off.
But it can be really frustrating as well. Like when the first time I fought why can I not remember what it's called? See, my memory's bad because before I think of a word, I tell myself that I can't think of it.
In Monster Hunter World?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Describe the monster, Arnold.
It's got a big head.
It's got a big head. Barroth?
Yeah, Barroth, that's what I was thinking of. Fucking hell. Bastion was all that was coming to my head for some reason.
Apparently that's been in other games before. Barroth.
Yeah. It was in Monster Hunter 4.
Right.
So. And Monster Hunter Stories, which are the only two I've played.
Okay.
Yeah, I fainted 3 times fighting that, but one of the times I died, I think I told you about it. I just don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I was just dead.
Well, when we were fighting that...
My health was full and it was just gone, and then I was like, fucking hell, I just spent 25 minutes fighting this thing and now I'm dead.
When we fought that the Anjanath, when we didn't kill it, one of the 3 attempts we did, I evaded underneath it, and I was about to, get out from underneath it. He didn't move, he didn't step on me, but suddenly my health just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I was like on 3/4
health. Yeah, that's exactly
health.
what happened to me.
And I think we'd eaten before as well, so I had an extra boost in health, and it just took it all off me, and I died. Yeah. I don't know, some sort of game mechanic went wrong there, I think. But overall, man, I'm fucking loving that game.
Yeah. I wish I had more time. I wish I could just take a week off work and just play that and do nothing but play
as soon
that.
as you wake up in the morning till we go to bed at
yeah, exactly.
3 in the morning.
We used to do when I was in uni and shit.
Just play morning to morning.
I really miss having all that time to indulge in my hobby. I don't get that much opportunity lately. And it's extra frustrating when a game like Monster Hunter comes out and all I can think about is playing that game and enjoying it for what it is. Instead of I want to relax as I play it and explore more and feel like I've got the time to just dick around for a bit and But at the moment, because I've got so little time, I want to make sure I'm getting things done when I go on it. So, like that time when I first got to the Coral Highlands,
Yeah.
I saw 2 new monsters that I hadn't seen before.
What's it called? A Sayeec or something like that?
Not that one. That was the one I was looking for.
Right.
There was
the Palumu.
Yeah, that one and another one.
Right. I haven't seen that
because I've only seen it once.
Right.
If I had the time, I would have stopped and fought them and hunted them and got whatever goodies came out of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I ain't got the time. I've got to get this done and find this Zitiyaku or whatever.
It was the same for me. Obviously I've got more time than you because I work from home.
Yeah.
But I was just wanting to get to Hunter rank 6 as fast as possible. So I was just, and it was like,
yeah, that was extra pressure as well.
I could stop and I could fight it, or I can just keep going until I reach rank 6.
Yeah.
So I can let Connor know what he's got to do to get to rank 6. Because by the time this comes out, the event will be finished.
Yeah, it will be ended.
But there's a limited event, so you can get make your Palico, which is like a little cat that runs around with you, helps you out and stuff. You can get armor to make it look like a Watcher from Horizon Zero Dawn. And that's what we were trying to aim for, because it was only, we had 2 weeks maybe, or
it stops on the 8th of February.
On the 8th. And we want to get it done as fast as possible so we can talk about Monster Hunter for this podcast. And
yeah. Also, not miss out on
because,
like I said, I don't have much time to game, and I don't know when I'll get a chance again. So when I'm on it, I'm just like Hunter rank 6.
Yeah. And so I didn't stop and fight that Yaku either.
So we thought that as part of that event, we would be able to get the armor that makes you look like Aloy and her bow.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'd seen it advertised, it was a package, but apparently they've delayed. I don't know if it was the intention in the first place, but you can't get Aloy's gear yet. No, you can only get the Palico.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a relief, actually, because once we'd done that and got the Palico gear, I was like, oh god, how much more time do I have left to get the rest of it? But
what we need to do now, though, is get to the highest Monster Hunter rank we can before that next event comes out for her gear. Because it might be a higher rank, and we don't want to be under the same pressure. But before we go into anything else, I want to talk about another game that's recently come out.
Right, okay.
Can you guess where it is?
No.
You were saying you wanted to buy it. It's fucking Dragonball FighterZ.
Oh, yeah.
Danny bought it.
Oh, mate. Is it as good as it looks?
I really enjoy it, mate.
Oh, my God. I want to get it. I really want to get it. For when you come over here, and me and you and my girlfriend could all play it.
Yes.
Like, she's a way bigger Dragon Ball fan than I...
Yeah.
Like, I'm ever even could call myself. I'm really not into Dragon Ball that much.
Briefly watched Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, briefly.
Yeah.
So I know Goku, I know Vegeta, Frieza, Bulma, but I don't think she's in it.
I should hope not.
No. So yeah, many other ones that I'm not like. There's a guy called Hit. No idea. Hit.
Who?
Yeah. I have no idea who he is, but he's fucking fast, mate, and I like fighting with him. He's got this ability where if you press down, forward, and circle, this red aura glows around him, but you don't do anything else unless you start mashing square. No matter where your enemy is on the fucking screen, they'll start getting hit.
What?
Yeah. But it is really.
Is that
fun.
why it's called Hit?
Maybe. I don't know from which iteration of Dragon Ball Z it's from. But it's really fun. Obviously, the graphics, mate, it looks like you're watching a high-definition anime.
I know.
movie.
That's the only reason I want it. Like, I don't want it as a Dragon Ball fan. I want it as an anime fan and as a 3D, special effects fan.
It's tickling all your weird
spots.
spots.
Exactly, yeah.
But basically, every fight, you pick 3 characters, right? And a fight is basically until the last person standing.
Yeah.
But you can, switch out in the middle. And if you got super moves and stuff, and I think everyone's super move is either down away from where you face from the other opponent and R1, and obviously with Goku he does super Kamehameha, and then everyone else does their own little shit.
Mm-hmm.
But what me and Danny found out is if you do the super move and then immediately hold back and L1, so either away from him, I think, or it could be all just be left and L1. We didn't test it out much.
Okay.
But if you hold that down immediately after executing your super, one of your teammates, whoever's assigned to the L1 trigger, will fucking come in and they'll do their super or something like that as well.
That's awesome.
It's insane. You can do a lot of damage.
I Oh man, I really want to try it out.
I enjoyed it. Me and Danny just went in blind at first, and we were pretty evenly matched. I'd win a match, he'd win a match, and it'd go like that for ages. And then we started randomizing our heroes, so we didn't just keep picking like you know the most overpowered people. And then it was still the same. So then we went into practice mode, just to try out all these different moves and stuff like that. And we improved a lot, and we haven't fought since that point. But now that I know all the combos are pretty much the same, everyone's got a down forward and circle, a down forward, square, and all that shit. Like you don't get super crazy where you got like press square, triangle, X, L1, R1, fucking back, left, and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, one of the things that draws me to it is that it's an accessible fighter.
You don't have to have an eidetic memory to know all the combos.
Nowadays, nobody makes a fighter for couch co-op, for having fun.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore because there's so much money to be made in fighting tournaments.
Yeah.
And to have a proper fighting tournament, you need ridiculous combos and shit like that.
I think they are trying to, like, maybe spawn an esports league around the game.
Right,
which I think it'd be really interesting to watch. I'd watch it.
Yeah, that could be cool actually, because it's an accessible game. It's not overly complicated. It's simple.
But yeah, it's really fun. The roster's a bit limited at the moment, I think. But I think
that's disappointing.
They're just leaving it open.
How
for
many is it?
DLC. 24 characters.
Oh, that's not too bad. Like
24.
I remember when Mortal Kombat had 8 characters.
That's all right, Jesus. But there's so many other Dragon Ball Z characters that they can use. And I think they're just opening it up for like DLC or something like that. Whether it's free or you got to like pay a few quid.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
I hope it's not paid. Like that'll put me off.
It's a good if you don't want to get it, like if you're a diehard, 2D fighter game, then you might not like it. I don't know. People seem divided on it. A lot of people are complaining that you can't whoosh around anymore and like have proper air battles.
I mean, Xenoverse is there for that. I mean, if you want that shit,
well, everyone hates Xenoverse.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Danny got it and he fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And everyone else I've spoke to.
So, as a fan, like, what does Danny think of Fighters?
Yeah, he loves it.
What does he think of the story, if there is one?
I haven't really spoke to him about the story. I just go over there. We have a smoke. My sister puts on a coffee and we just sit down and we play. He's got both PlayStations downstairs, so she's playing Sims 4 on her PlayStation, and we're on a little tiny monitor that's on the floor, and we're playing fucking Dragon Ball Z.
I'm hoping to get a PS4 Pro really soon, and I'm thinking of doing something like that, having 2 PlayStations.
So yeah, all we've been doing is just fighting each other. But he's liking it, and he was in the same predicament as us. Like we wanted to get it because it's so pretty looking, but then we're also like, what if it's shit?
Yeah.
Let's drop that much money on it. And he was all day. He was like, I'll get it. No, I won't get it. No, I'm doing it. No, okay, maybe not. And then he just finally was like, fuck it, I'm getting it. And then he called me over the same day. He was like, yo, I got it. Do you want to come over for a smoke and we'll play? And I was like, yes. And he invited me the next day as well. And it's been fun. So I definitely would recommend it. He got it for 50 quid though, because he got it digitally. But
fuck off, that is too much money.
He's like 37 quid on Amazon.
See, that I could do.
So yeah, if you want to get it,
that's actually really impressive, actually, because it's a brand new game.
Yeah,
and usually that's like 42 quid max.
Yeah, well, he said it was 37 quid. I haven't googled it, so it could be wrong. But
well, if it is 37 quid, then surely it would be 35 for us as Prime users. Unless it's only pre-orders.
That's only pre-orders. Yeah, you get £2 off for pre-ordering physical copies of games. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to get it, mate, I'm so down to kick your ass.
Yeah, I'd love to have, because we need more couch co-op games. I'm so disappointed in the state of the world that we have.
At least the gaming world.
Yeah, no, the state of the world, mate. This is that big of a deal.
Listen,
there is not enough couch co-op games.
All right.
At the moment, all we've got is Gang Beasts,
which is still fun,
and Jackbox Party Pack, which we need to get another one of, I think.
I'm upset that there's not many couch co-op racing games these days.
Yeah, that always pisses. Every time I get a new racing game, they always try to bring it online and RPG fight, and it's like
the only one that they brought online that I really enjoyed was the Most Wanted one that we both got.
Was it Most Wanted?
Was it Most? I don't know. Or it was or just Wanted or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway,
I really enjoyed that. Platinum it.
I am one achievement away from platinum it, and I just can't.
Yeah,
one trophy. Sorry.
And it's like a really easy trophy, but obviously you don't have a lot of time anyway.
It is an easy trophy. It's just investing the time in it. Yeah. It's just like leveling up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Monster Hunter World, Dragon Ball, FighterZ with a capital Z. both great games for January. It's starting off strong this year, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's so much better things coming.
February's coming out. Fucking Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, that is so close.
Yeah. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is coming out as well, which has been in development for fucking a long time now,
Right.
and I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm going to make it a day one purchase or if I'll just wait. But
And see what people say.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get that. And then March, I think like some other games are coming out. It looks like we're going to have a very strong year for games.
Do you know what was not far away? God of War.
God of War. Yeah. Strong year.
I always
games.
loved God of War, but I was never that into the theme sort of thing. Like the gameplay was really cool.
Yeah. But
as far as hack and slashes go. But I'm well into Viking gods
you
and
love
shit,
all
mate.
that Norse shit. I mean, I do too, but I also like Greek stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm more into Norse than Greek. But I'm looking forward to it anyway because I love God of War. Really nice games.
Yeah, I'm going to be so into that.
Do you ever feel like we talk about games too much?
Well, see, whenever people ask me what this podcast is about, I'm like, anything? And they're like, anything. And I'm like, well, mostly movies and games. But I think this podcast is about our conversations. That's the reason we started the podcast, is because we have I think really interesting conversations, like especially when we start talking about like psychology or science or stuff. Like I can easily lose interest in talking to somebody so easily, and I'll find the quickest way out of it, but I'll never lose interest in one of our conversations because there's always so much more to talk about and so much more to explore. And I felt like I wanted to share that. And someone said to me that the way we've set up our podcast unintentionally, it makes you feel like you're actually in on the conversation. And we've both experienced this like phenomena where we'll be listening to a podcast and then we'll go to talk to each other and we'll be like, hang on, weren't I just fucking talking to you? But it's like, no, we were listening to podcasts.
Yeah, whenever every now and then I will listen to one of our podcasts, and like we'll be saying something and I'll laugh and then I'll turn to talk to you, or I'll finish it and it just feels like I've had a conversation with you, and I'm like, is it work? I'm at work. You know, it's good. I don't know if that's just something that happens to us though, because we're hearing each other talk.
Well, I have had people tell me it is like being in on the conversation. So.
Right.
Which is I couldn't have hoped for better.
Yeah,
really.
I'm glad that's the effect that's happening.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about any news-related things like that cow guy before we...
Oh, yeah, before we finish my Immortal, which we are definitely doing this time. I'm so sorry that we promised it last time and it never happened. But before that, I found an article the other day which is absolutely just unreal, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, this 80-year-old man got caught, as the article puts it, shoulder deep in a cow. With his pants down his ankles, touching himself.
Yes.
So the woman who owns the farm has caught him before, apparently, but he'll just go there and say hi to the cows and stroke them and stuff, and she'll be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
But this time she caught him shoulder deep. And the story is like it's like a comic sketch. You can't make this shit up, mate.
You sent me the link. I'm just trying to find it now so we can like read the quotations.
So she says that once she spotted him and shouted to him, he tried to run away, pulling his pants up, and he ran towards is it called a stile?
I think stile, yeah.
Yeah, which is the like lower part of the fence that you can step over. He didn't pull his pants up in time and tripped over it.
Right.
And that's how he got caught.
Susan Howie was the eyewitness. She told the court she had seen the pensioner twice with his trousers and underpants around his ankles, courting her cattle. She said, quotes, "The cows are left unattended in the field, especially in the summer. We leave them in there day and night. I went out in my white pickup truck and the gentleman was with a cow." Gentleman. I bet she didn't say that. Which like, it will be a quote from court and she's going to be like... Maybe. The gentleman was with a cow. He had his left hand interfering with the cow and his right hand on a part of his lower body. His shirt was covering it. He was masturbating. You could see it moving up and down in his trousers, and his boxer shorts were at his ankles. He stopped and looked up. He grabbed his boxers and his trousers and ran to the stile. Two sisters also apparently gave evidence.
Yeah, I love this bit. There was two sisters, just fuck knows where, watching the whole thing through binoculars.
One of the sisters said the first time it was dusk, he was about 100 to 200 yards away from where I was standing. I had binoculars as well. There was a man standing in and amongst a group of cows. I could see that he was trying to push the cows from behind towards a wooded area in the middle of the field, but they were running away from him. He found one that did not seem to mind too much. He was stroking it and talking to it. He was all over it. The next time I looked, he had his left arm with his walking stick up on the back of the cow. It went on for about 20 or 30 minutes. He would take his arm out and go back to the cow, to the front of the cow, and talk to it, and then he would do it again. I saw it happen about 5 or 10 times. Whilst we were watching the cow, the cow had rotated so I could see the front of the cow, and the man was behind the cow. I get sick of saying cow. With his trousers, and his trousers came down, and it was in the motion of him having sex with the cow up and down.
Oh my God!
When the truck came, he quickly pulled up his trousers and left the field. Apparently, speaking of, I think it's called Kerno. Susan apparently said it was 8:30 p.m. and we were running a bit late with the milking. It was the same field as before. This time he had his whole hand in the cow. Oh my God. He grabbed his trousers and boxers and ran for the stile. Why did he get running for the stile? And he actually fell over the stile because his trousers fell down when he was trying to climb over it. I was disgusted.
He's like 80 or 90 or something.
80. I was disgusted we gave nobody permission to touch or interfere with our cows. It might seem funny to you, but they are family. They're not just cows. Judge Akers said you've been found guilty of both offences. You will need to attend court at a later date. There'll be a condition.
Anyway,
bail.
He
apparently he said something to the police.
Oh yeah, no, I remember what it was. It said, "I'm not a violent man, but
said,
I just have a weakness for animals."
Yeah, I'm not a violent person. I have a weakness with animals. So yeah, that's where was it from as well? It was like, is it pronounced Uxbridge?
Yeah, I've done a club website design for him.
So have I recently. So yeah, it's from Uxbridge. I should have said something like, "Yo, mate, did you know that 8-year-old man?" So yeah,
have you met him?
Did we say last time that you'd finish off this?
I don't know if we did, but I was just going to say I wanted to. So
yeah, okay.
Either way,
I'm in for the ride. Let's do it.
I'm going to try and skim over a lot of the spelling mistakes rather than reading it phonetically. Just it speeds the process up and it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
Unless it's funny, like when it's author notes. Obviously, I'll read it like you wrote it. Chapter 42 is where we got to last time. So just a quick recap of what happened in the previous chapter. Cool, said Sirius as Voldemort and Hedwig started to make out sexily. Hedwig was a person.
Yeah, she made Hedwig a person.
Okay. We watched as they started to take each other's clothes off sexily. Samaro, Sirius, Snake and Lucian all watched because they were probably bi. I know Snape was bi. Okay. Oh my fucking God, Voldemort, Voldemort, screamed Hedwig, and his Glock touched Voldemort's.
I remember that.
Yeah, but suddenly everything stopped as the door opened, and in came Dumbledore and Mr. Norris. 1.
And that was the end of that chapter?
Yeah, chapter 42. The Black Parade.
How many chapters left before?
I think there's about 2 more, and then there's another page with a small section on it.
So okay.
We're getting there. Author notes. The new book is coming out really soon. I can't wait. She wrote this before Harry Potter was done.
Wow.
I think that Snap will be really the same person as Voldemort because they are both half-blood, so that will explain why he killed Dumbledore and he hated Harry.
Is she trying to say that Snape is actually Voldemort, or I don't know. She's an idiot. Let's just carry on.
And then Harry will have to commit suicide, so Voldemort will die because he will really be a Horcrux. Oh, she got that right. Yeah, well, he didn't commit suicide. She didn't get that right, but he is a Horcrux.
Gothic tendencies coming out. He's gonna slit his wrists. He's probably gonna wear something red with lace on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope Draco and Harry get together. That will be so schmexy, won't it? If they don't, then J.K. Rowling is homophobic.
I don't believe in ham touching each other in the packet. I want my ham sliced separately, please.
Thanks for the help with facts, Medusa. You rock.
It's too late to be introducing.
Yeah, I don't know. I sat depressedly in Dumbledore's office with Hedwig, Satan, James, Sirius, Snap, and Lucian. Dumbledore was sitting in front of us cruelly. He looked more young then he did in the future. He had taken the iPod away and was now listening to a shitty Avril Lavigne song. Isn't this in the 80s or something?
Yeah. Also, I am pretty sure that she has said that she liked Avril Lavigne before.
Wait, she covered her ass here. What the hell is this anyway? He cackled meanly. I hoped he didn't find out it was from another time.
Okay.
Whatever, you don't blame Ibony, you jerk, said Satan. Yeah, seriously. Why does she spell serious? Serious and serious. She was trying to get Satan and Hedwig back together, Sirius said deviantly. Be quiet, you Satanist, Dumbledore cockled. If you're lucky, I'll probably send you all to Azkaban. That will teach you to copulate in the Great Hall. He changed the song on the iPod to an NSYNC song. Why has she got NSYNC on her iPod?
NSYNC?
Yeah. Suddenly, I noticed something strong about the iPod. It was slowly chonging. Dumbledore didn't notice. You fucking poser, I muttoned. I bet you've never heard of GC, James said. No, I knew what the iPod was chonging into. Morty McFly's Tim Machine.
Yeah, Tim Machine.
Shut up, Jones, Draco's dad shouted. Yeah, shut up, Snake said preppily. No, you shut up, Dumbledore, said Tom Bombadil. I've had enough of you Satanists in my skull, shouted Dumbledore spuriously. Suddenly I grabbed the iPod from him. Everyone, jump in before it's too late. I jumped into it, but only one other person jumped in. It was Satan. You dunderheads, screamed Dumbledore wisely as he went. How do you scream that wisely?
Wisely.
I looked around. I was in the Slytherin conmen room with Satan. I was wearing a black plaid miniskirt and hot pink fishnets, a sexy black MCR corset, and black stiletto boots with pink pentagrams on them. My earrings were Blake Satanist sins, black Satanist signs, and my raven hair was all around me to my mid-back. Hey, cool, where is this? He asked in an emo voice.
What?
What the fuck?
Hey, where is this?
No, hey, cool, where is this?
I'm gonna kill myself.
This is the future. Dumbledore's iPod that he tried to take away from me was really also a Tim Machine, I told him. Cool, what's an eye patch? He whimpered. Did she do that on purpose?
An iPod. What's an iPod?
It's something you use to listen to music. I yacked. Where's she getting these fucking words from? Cool. Wait, what's a 4-letter word for dirt? He asked in his sexy voice. I guess sand? I said confusedly. Yeah, I was trying to make sure you were still the same person, he triumphantly giggled.
What? Sand is not dirt.
Yeah. Also, how does that prove that she's...
You're the only person in this entire world with any semblance of intelligence. I just had to make sure it was you.
Suddenly, some of my friends walked in. You're fucking alive, said Ginny, wearing a black leather jacket, black baggy pants, and a gothic black from first to last shirt. I explained to her why I was alive. Konnichiwa, bitch, said Willow.
Oh,
she was wearing a black corset showing off her boobs.
Of course she was.
With lace all around it and red stripes on it.
Yep.
With it, she was wearing a black leather miniskirt, big black boots, white foundation, black eyeliner, red eyeshadow, and black lipstick.
Okay. It's pretty much everyday shit.
Yeah.
Every day it's the same shit. Why? Whatever, we've come too far now. Let's keep going.
We've got to dress the rest of the mates yet, so...
Oh, no. Is that what the rest of the fucking story? Like, it just ends where she's finally finished dressing them.
Hey, motherfucker, said Diabolo with his red hair. He was wearing a black P?ATD Panic at the Disco? T-shit and black baggy pants. Hey, who's that, Ibony? Bloody Mary questioned as she walked in wearing a black T-shit with a red pentarom on it with lace at the bottom.
A red pentarom? Is that like before a CD-ROM?
Red letter pants and black lace and black stilettos.
Stilettos.
Oh, it's Satan, I told her, and she nodded, knowing the truth. Suddenly, Satan started to cry. Are you okay, Satan? We asked concernedly. You're from the future.
Do you know what I just realised?
What?
Satan. Devilman crybaby. He's a devil and he's crying.
You're from the future. What if you don't like M anymore because we're from different times? He asked. No, I still like you, I said sexily to him. Okay, he said reassuredly. I let him listen to Teenagers by MCR on my iPod while I was about to go outside to find out some things. I gave Diabolo a signal to keep Satan occupied. Satan fell asleep. I took the iPod. I was about to walk outside. Professor Sinister ran in. She was wearing a gothic black mini dress with depressing black stripes. What? How is it black with black stripes?
How are the stripes depressing? Why they're not actually stripes? They're just squiggly
lines. White and black stripped tights and red Converse shoes. She was wearing lots of black eyeliner, spelt with the letter I and then liner.
Fucking hell.
Oh my fucking god, where's Draco? How did Snap get back here? I tohot he was in Azerbaijan.
He was in Azerbaijan?
That's ridiculous, I asked sadly. Ebony, I was so worried about you, but I know you can't fucking die because you're a vampire. Snape came back because that girl Brittany freed him. I never liked her. She was a bad student, Trivolry said reassuredly. That bitch! Sorry, you try to say something?
She can't die. But there's been many a times in the story where she's tried to make us think she was about to die.
Yeah. That bitch, Did she also free Hagrid and Lupin? I shouted angrily. I hate Brittany because she was a fucking prep. Yeah, well, you've said. We know.
We know. Anyone you hate, the preps. Anyone that's not your friends are straight preppy people.
Yeah. Yes, they are on the loose at this school. Dumbledore is back. Cornelia is on his way to help every number one. Tell every number one. You see to lock themselves in their conman room, Trivolry said worriedly. Okay, but where's Draco? How come, spelt C-U-M, he doing it with Snap? How come he was doing it with Snap?
Yeah, didn't he fuck Snape?
I guess so. I don't know why, but I know he almost tried to commit suicide after he saw you almost kill yourself, she said. That's terrible, I gasped. Satan was still asleep, so he couldn't tell what was going on. Then I said, listen, everyone, I have something impotent to do. In here, everyone stay. With that, I ran out. Good luck, Tara, everyone cried. Ebony?
And she caught the person who's right.
Yeah, she's called Tara in real life, isn't she? I ran sexually down the stairs into the Great Hall while the portraits looked at me scaredly.
How do you run sexily?
I don't know.
You're not even stripping naked. Have you ever seen a naked woman run? It is not sexy.
There was hardly anyone else in the stairs, and here was an atmosphere of horror, spelled with an E. On the way, I saw Brittany laughing on the stairs. She was wearing a slutty pink shirt with flowers on it. What?
Well, yeah, because...
That's more normal than the shit you walk around with.
Literally, everything she's wore has her boobs on display.
A blue jean skirt, Abercrombie, and pink stilettos.
Wow, is that how old it was? Jean skirts were still fashionable.
She looked just like a pentagram of those fucking preps, Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan. What? You fucking bitch, I shouted angrily. No, you're totally a bitch. Now Voldemort will, totally kill you, she laughed. Crucius, I shouted, selectively pontificating my black wand.
Crucius, isn't it Crucio?
Exactly, so probably nothing will happen to Brittany. I shouted, selectively pontificating my black wand, and she started screaming because she was being tortured, and I laughed sadistically.
Selectively
Pontificating.
Secretly pointing my wand?
Oh, fucking who knows, mate. No, help me, please, Brittany screamed terrifiedly.
I think she just held a wand behind her hand.
Like when a kid tries to give you a finger and he hides it behind his hand.
He puts his hand in front of the finger I'm not swearing at you.
No, help me, please, Brittany screamed terrifiedly. Terrified would do. I pulled my middle finger at her. In her hand I saw the video camera Snape and Lumpin had used to take the video of me. I put the tape of Voldemort doing it with Hedwig onto it. Then I continued to round down the stairs with the camera. When I had reached the Great Hall, I saw Vampire Potter. Omg, Vampira, I yielded. We hugged each other happily. He looked at me with his gothic red eyes and spiky black hair. Around them were black eyeliner and eyeshadow. She spelled it with the letter I, but she put the I in lowercase and the S of shadow in uppercase, like she's spelling iPod.
Like it's some Apple branded eyeshadow.
He was wearing a black leather Jackson, leather pants, a Panic at the Disco concert t-shirt, and his black Congress shoes. He looked more like Joel from Good Charlotte than ever. Did you hear the song, The River It Rocks? I was so worried you died, moaned Vampire. I was so worried you died, moaned Vampire. I know, but I'm a vampire, lol. When I wake up, I was back in 1980. It was 1980, confirmation. So, anyway, I bought Voldemort from when he was young with me. It says bought.
She's brought Voldemort back from the past.
Yeah. Where's Draco? I asked spuriously.
So where is Voldemort then? If she's brought him back.
He fell asleep. Isn't Voldemort Satan? Or is he Tom Bombadil?
I fucking know. We've almost finished it. I have no idea what happened.
Draco, you mean that fucking poser who betrayed you? Vampire snarkled with anger in his sexy voice. Snargled with anger sexily. I know, but we have to find him, I said, smarty. I'll do it then, Harry said angstily. Okay, I agreed. Suddenly, all the lights in the room went out, and then the Dark Mark appeared. Oh my fucking Satan, Harry shouted. I think Voldemort has arrived, I said anxiously. Pardon
Bless
me.
you.
Fuck, I have to find Draco. I guess we should separate. Okay, Vampire said, disapparating. Gladly, I ran into the Great Hall. Sadly, I ran into Great Hall. My apologies there. Can't read, apparently. Does stuff to your head, this.
Yeah, tell me about it. Chapter
43. Author note. I think after this I will have about 2 or 3 more chapters. Thanks to all my reviewers. Not das flamus.
Mm-hmm.
If you flamed sis story, then you suck. If you flam, then fuck you.
God.
I walked.
Lit hot lock. I don't know the rest. Fuck it. Let's carry on.
Okay. I walked sexily into the Great Hall. It was empty except for one person. Draco was there. He sat there in deadly bloom in his black 666 t-shirt and his baggy black pants. He had slit wrists! Exclamation mark. 111. I felt mad at him for having sex with Snape, but I felt sorry for him. He looked just like Gerard Way with his red eyes and his pale white face. Draco, are you okay? I asked. I'm not okay, he screamed desperately. I thought of the MCR song. You know what? Me too. That's sad, isn't it? And I got even more depressed because that song always makes me cry. I gave him a pot cigarette and he started to smoke it.
A pot cigarette?
Oh, Draco, why did you do it with that fucking bastard Snape? I asked teardily. Can you just check my audio waveform? Because I'm looking down and I don't know if it's...
Fine.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just trying to get used to the mics and shit.
Okay, I forgive you.
Where was I? Draco began to say, but suddenly Lupin and Mr. Norris apparated into the room.
Apparated?
They didn't see us. I'm so glad me and Snape are freed, said Lupin. Damn, this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking students, Mr. Norris agreed. Pop Adelum, I yielded angrily, pointed my wand at them. No, Lupin shouted as change came onto him. Mr. Norris ran away. You fucking perv, I said, laughing with depths of evil and depressedness in my voice. Now you have to tell us where Voldemort is or I'm going to torture you. I don't know where he is, said Lupin. Suddenly Satan, I don't know why I read it like that, and Vampire ran into the room. Vampire didn't know who Satan was, really. Oh, my Satan, we were so worried about you guys, Vampire said. I looked sexily at Draco with his gothic red eyes with contacts, black t-shirt that said 666. You've already dressed him! I'm not dressing him again. Fuck that.
How many chapters have we got left?
he looked just like Frankie Aero and Satan, who looked just like Brandon Urie.
Because we might have to finish it next time.
No, there's no way. No, I'm really close to bottom.
Yeah, I'm putting there a second page. Oh, you're already on second page?
The second page has such a small thing on it, I don't even think it's related to the story. I selectively took the caramel from my pocket, and then I began Frenching with Draco sexually. Lupin gasped. Draco began to take off all his clothes, and I could see his white sex-pack. Then Vampire took his own clothes off too. We all began making out together sexually. I took off my black leather bra, my black lace thong, and the rest of my clothes. Everyone took their Glocks out except for me. I'm a girl, lol.
Well, girls can't own handguns.
Oh, my Satan Draco, I screamed as he put his hardness into my thingy. Then he did the same thing to Harry. I began making out with Satan.
What, at the same time? How many penises does he have?
I began making out with Satan and he joined in. Oh, my Satan, cried Vampire. Oh, Vampire, Vampire, I screamed. Oh, Satan, yelled Harry in pleasure. Lupin watched in shock. We took turns doing torture curses on him because we're all sadists. Suddenly, a big black car that said 666 on the license plate flew straight through the windows and Snap was in it. Did she just have a straight-up orgy?
A straight-up orgy.
Okay, chapter 44, author note. Well, I have nothing to say, but everyone stop glamming, okay? If any gothic people read this, then you rock. I still can't wait for the movie. Tom Fletton is so hot. Lol, I hop Harry, Will Beckham, gothic. Cause my friend told me he is really emo in this book. I'm leaving W pretty soon, can't wait.
Dubai.
What?
There's some things online how she went from like America to England and Dubai, so that all feeds into how it's a troll or something like that.
All right, okay. This will probably be the last chapter until I come back. That's me car, shouted.
That's me car, broom broom.
Shooted Draco angrily, but suddenly it was revealed who was in the car. It was Snape. I shall free you, Lupin, but first you must help me kill these idiotic Donder heads, he said cruelly from the car as it flew circumcising above us. Ebony, Darkness, Dementia Raven Way must be killed, then the Dark Lord shall never die. You fucking prep, yelled Draco, then he looked at me sadly. I forgot to tell you, Ebony, Snape made me do it with him. I didn't really have sex with him, but he's a rapist. We all put our clothes on except Satan. We were so scarred. But Satan didn't change. Instead, he changed into a man with grey eyes, no nose, a grey robe, and white skin. He changed into Voldemort.
Oh.
I knew who thou were all along, he cackled evilly and sarcastically at me. Now I shall kill thee all. Thunder came in the room. Hi, Thunder.
Who's Thunder?
No, she didn't say hi, Thunder. I think she meant that he'd struck Thunder.
All right.
No, please don't kill us, pleaded Vampire. Suddenly, Willow, Bloody Mary, Diabolo, Ginny, Dracula, Fred and Gorge, Hagrid, McGonagall, Dumbledore, Sirius and Lucian all ran in. What is the meaning of this? Dumbledore asked all angrily, and Voldemort looked away because Dumbledore is the only wizard he is scared of. He did a spell and suddenly his broomstick came to him sexily. How does a broomstick? How does a broomstick come sexily?
His broomstick came to him sexily.
Voldemort flew above the roof evilly on his broomstick. Oh my goth! Slugborn gasped. Get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. The Dark Lord shall kill all of you, then you must submit to him, Snape ejaculated menacingly.
What? What?
Ejaculated. You fucking preppy fags. Whoa, Sirius shouted angrily. I know a four-letter word... Well, hang on. I know a four-letter word for dirt. Cruciatus, screamed Harry, but the sparks from his wand only hit Draco's car. It fell down. Snap quickly crawled out of it and picked up the video camera. Oh my fucking god, I cried because the video of me in the bathroom, the video of me dong it with Draco, and the video of Satan doing it with... It just ends there. If you kill me, then these videos will be shown to everyone in the skull. Then you can be just like that gothic girl, Paris Hilton. He laughed meanly.
What?
I don't know. No, I screamed. FYI, I have a picture of you doing it with Lupin. What's she talking about? Lupin slurped as he sat in chains. I saw too, she's gonna show everyone the picture, Harry shouted angrily. Shut up, Lumpkin roared. Foolish ignoramuses, yielded Voldemort from his broomstick.
That's a big word for her.
Thou shall all die soon, spelt D-Y-E. I'm pretty sure they will.
Roots gonna come through. They gotta dye their hair black again. Those goths.
Think again, you fucking muggle poser, Harry yelled. Okay, and then he and Diablo and Navel both took out black guns, but Voldemort took out his own one. You guys are in a Latin standoff, I shouted.
What?
A Latin standoff?
Oh, God.
Axio Neville's wand, cried Voldemort, and suddenly Neville's wind was in his hands. Now I shall kill thee all, and Evany, you will die. He made lightning come all over the place. Save us, Ebony, Dumbledark cried. I cried sexily. I just wanted to go to the conmen room and slip my wrists with me friends while we watched Shark Attack 3 and Saw 2 and do it with Draco, but I knew I had to do something more important. Abracadabra, I shouted. The final page. Note from XX Midnight Essence XX, in brackets. God, that's a stupid username.
Yep.
So that was the last update of my Immortal that I know of. I hope you all enjoyed that. I logged back into this account to laugh at my old fanfiction with my friends, mainly Neverending Night and the stupid Twilight fanfic I wrote when I was 11, and saw that you were all still viewing this and commenting on it with so many years later. That's pretty amazing. I'm sure the original author appreciates it, ? Well, bye now, friends. I hope you never read something as awful as my Immortal again. Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
Yep, that's it. There's nothing else. That was the end. She shouted abracadabra, and that was it.
Right. I guess plug our shit. Cue the outro music.
Thank you for listening. We super appreciate that. You can find us on Twitter at UT2cast. You can find us on our website, which is ut2cast.podbean.com. You can find us on YouTube. Just search Untitled-2 podcast or go on the Twitter. We're also on iTunes. Same, search for us, but people have had difficulty finding us, so if you have difficulty, just DM us on Twitter, because I want to hear about it so I can try and resolve it, because I don't have enough people trying that out for me. And that's it, I think.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Watching.
See you next time.
YouTube.
Bye.
Finished.
I know. It's all over.